Let me think about it for a minute. What was I like first year? That was a long time ago.
I know, that was a long time ago.
Changed a lot since then.
First year I was, I guess not too different. My hair was a bit shorter, though now my hair's pretty short now, so.
I have much longer hair now.
Like I was now, probably. Except different.
I knew a lot more about Fourier transforms now.
I'd say I was definitely a lot different freshman year, but to try and actually quantify that or describe that, I think would take a lot more than a 5-minute conversation.
To be honest, I can't remember what I was like first year. I remember some things, and I remember I remember going through classes and hanging out with friends in particular, but to put a pinpoint on my personality, I wouldn't necessarily know what that is.
I mean, I like learned to juggle, I don't know, random Olin-y things like that.
My impression of first year was hectic.
There were unicycles everywhere, and I just couldn't see myself anywhere else after that.
Oh, first year, I spent a lot of time in my room, catting. I like didn't leave my room. I was very super shy and quiet.
I was very naive, and I tried a lot of new things, and I didn't know what I didn't know, and I knew nothing.
I didn't get homesick until family weekend freshman year, and then my parents came, and then I bawled my eyes out. I missed them, but it just, there's always so many things going on here. There's not time to be lonely, to miss things. There are always so many people, so many things going on.
In the fall semester, I was really still attached to all my friends at home. I spent a lot of time keeping in contact with them.
I was kind of shy. In freshman year, I was more conservative, very religious, very, I didn't really talk too much or really put myself out there.
When I think of myself freshman year, now it seems like I was kind of just halfway between what I'm like now and what I was like before freshman year.
I think a lot of people talk about when they first come to Olin, they're just amazed by the quality of people here, and I feel like that was definitely the case for me. I was definitely really amazed by how awesome people were, but over time I'm just becoming much more aware of it and realizing that there was a bunch of really cool things that people do here that I was not aware about that just continually amazed me. I think just being more open to that and just wanting to learn from as many people as possible is something that's definitely been instilled in me since my time here.
I made a lot of jokes. I took a lot of risks with respect to what is the comedic side of people, what is the fun side of people. I tried to find that stuff out for myself. So I think I moved between a lot of people in our class, just because I wanted to know who they were.
I didn't give myself away so fast. I felt a little bit outside because I didn't throw myself into anything that I wasn't sure I wanted to have last. So I didn't look for a relationship at the start for a good while. I didn't try and develop very, very deep friendships with anyone right away because I wasn't sure who people were, really.
I didn't really enjoy Olin, actually, in the beginning, my first semester. I spent a lot of time in my room, didn't really feel that comfortable with the student body here, and was a little bit reclusive.
I thought I wanted to be an engineer before I came to engineering school. But something good will happen, and it'll be okay. It'll be fine.
It wasn't like candidates weekend, and it was good for a while, and it's still good. It's different though.
Yeah, I seriously thought about not coming back to Olin after the first semester. I thought maybe it wasn't for me, that I couldn't work hard enough, that everyone else was smarter than me, but I just decided it was too much work to try to go somewhere else, so I came back and eventually just did it, and it worked out.
And I kind of just shut down and tried to focus on how do I adapt to this new environment, and lost a bit of my crazy, fun self.
If I could go back, I would definitely redo freshman year, or first year, but as it is, you have to live with the choices you make, and I think I've done a good job recovering from it, so. I was really overwhelmed first year, just because everything was so new, and there was so much going on, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. There were so many cool projects going around, and everybody was doing something cool, and I wanted to know about everything. And I feel like I overstretched myself sometimes, and sometimes like missed out on opportunities I could have. But overall, I don't regret it. And there were like so many things I didn't know how to do, and especially the diving into a project, like trying stuff, like getting your hands dirty as soon as possible. That was like almost like completely new to me.
I don't think that my expectations were met before I came to Olin, but it was good for other reasons.
There is a point where you kind of realize you're seeing the same people every day, and there's not as much excitement as there is in maybe like a college where you are with thousands of people that you don't know and you get to meet new people all the time, because at Olin, if you're staying on campus, you're not meeting new people that much.
I think I was more excited about it first year. I guess I was kind of a little bit overwhelmed by engineering or ModCon and ModSim and all those classes, but I had fun. I guess it was just like everything was new. I'm sure I was like everybody else in a way.
I was much younger. I also was sure that I didn't know anything, and everybody else I was positive knew more than I did, and I had no idea what was going on.
A lot of what I had to learn was how to ask for help. You know, a lot of Olin students, breezed through high school, and I was no exception. I skipped class, I had a lot of fun, I could always do everything I wanted to do. I never stayed up late doing homework, did most of my homework in school, and I got to Olin and it kicked my butt, and I don't know. And it wasn't that there was a ton of work, it was that the work was really hard. And I think that's really valuable in and of itself.
And I didn't have a lot of self-confidence, and I wasn't really confident presenting in front of people.
I was expecting to defer for a year, and so I was in the whole mindset of like not being in college. And then like that combined with the whole pass no record thing meant that I just did not care very much about schoolwork and whatnot, and really spent a lot of time doing other activities. Not of the like good type.
I paid lip service to being confident. I would say I was a confident person and the rest would follow. But now I think I actually live up to that.
To me, but I think the community for me was the biggest part. Just coming to an environment where people were just so energetic and so passionate. I came from a high school where there was just a lot of student apathy, and most people just cared about getting good grades and getting into a good school, but coming to a school where people genuinely cared about stuff and were really proactive to do things was awesome.
People here are so cool. I want to be like people here. I meet someone and I'm like, oh my god, you're so cool. I want to be like you. And that was a lot of me first year, was you are awesome. I want to be you right now.
I never really done projects in high school, and so when I came to Olin, that was kind of a big shock for me, as I didn't really know how to handle a project or how to, break big tasks down into smaller things, or sort of deal with ambiguity or any of that. And so I think I've developed a lot at Olin in those skills.
First semester was great. Passing a record gave me a chance to do all the stuff that I had seen when I was visiting, and so that was great. Second semester was much more difficult, but the people that I met here were amazing and still are, and so that's, yeah, there were some bad times.
I think when I came to Olin, I was really excited about the idea of learning from and growing from failure in theory, but I didn't really ever experience it in practice until I came to Olin.
But here, everyone fits in together, which is so much better because you have 300 plus friends and there's no popular crowd.
I figured that it wasn't going to be, as flowers and sunshine as they make it out to be when they talk to you about how awesome this school is. But it hasn't disappointed me, right?
I thought I was going to be a mechanical engineer. I didn't end up being a mechanical engineer. I realized that the machine shop scared the crap out of me.
I think that I wasn't very confident in myself, not in terms of academics or anything, but just believing that I could try something new and succeed at it.
I expected it was going to kick my butt and it was going to be really, really hard, And it was so hard. My freshman year nearly killed me.
I think I've gotten better at kind of at working with people. Before I came here, even like my first 2 years or so here, I wasn't like so bad at working with people, but like when I could, I just do stuff myself.
Everyone at Olin has been really excited about something at one point or another, and wanted to make me excited about it too. And that part was what I was really hoping for, and what has been true.
Then there were just so many more opportunities at Olin to like explore new things that I kind of found the stuff that I loved and sort of became more dedicated to that.
The small school, being able to make friends really easily, I feel like I have so many more friends here than I did in high school. And on the engineering side of things, it has definitely exceeded my expectations, like more than I could have ever dreamed of.
I figured it out, and by the second semester I was having a great time.
Like, I can't imagine higher quality education.
Socially, I've like come out of my shell and sort of learned how to behave in the real world.
I think I've kind of partially matured in some ways.
Last few years I've definitely gotten more confident in my knowledge, so it's less of, I think I know how to do this, maybe I'll figure it out, and more like, oh, I actually know how to do this, or I know I can figure out, and less of a, maybe I can figure it out eventually and someone will tell me the answer later, to more of a, I can do this even if I have to look it up myself.
Olin talked about how engineering can change the world, and it's a really good education even if you're not going to do engineering, and so I didn't need to know whether it was a good fit, it just seemed like a good education. And so I chose engineering because of Olin, and I definitely wanted to come to Olin.
Now I think I'd work harder than freshman year. Like my classes were the easiest, and I got the worst grade, so I'm pretty sure I didn't work that hard.
Even if I don't know how to do something, I figure that like I can figure it out, or ask somebody else who knows it better than I do. And everybody else is probably in the same position at one point or another.
Probably one of the best but most frustrating parts of Olin is that I feel like I could never learn enough in a day. Like I've always wanted to spend more time learning things, and the only limit is like sleep and sleep deprivation and peer pressure.
And the people that I ended up meeting were some people that I never imagined that I would become friends with, people with completely different worldviews than I was. People with whole new different perspectives on how you should live life, about sexuality, about religion. And they just, through spending so much time with them, it really helped me expand my worldview.
And I think just working in small teams and becoming more confident, just making new and closer friends, I think has been a huge growing experience for me, not just academically, but just socially.
I just got used to it. I got comfortable being uncomfortable, and it's probably one of the better things I got out of Olin.
I'm doing far more projects and stuff than I even thought I could. And I think the work I'm doing in them is far better than I thought I would be doing at this stage. And I'm also doing like management stuff, which I never even wanted to be involved with, and now I kind of like it.
As I came here and I didn't know what I was doing, and I felt like a lot of other kids did, but that might have not have been true. But I just got used to asking questions, and I got comfortable being uncomfortable.
I'm better at listening now. I've developed an interest in other people.
I'm more capable of kind of going with the flow and taking things as they come and dealing with them in a way that is sometimes good, sometimes not good.
I guess I still don't know things, but I'm not embarrassed about it anymore.
I think I've grown in my faith a lot since coming here, and I've also changed what I want to do with my life in a large extent.
After some ups and downs, I think I'm in kind of a steady state of how hard I like to work.
And so I think when I came into Olin, I was sort of like a quiet, shy kid, but leaving, I have a lot more confidence in what I can do.
I am a lot more comfortable with living in new places among strangers, because every summer I've gone somewhere new and not known anyone. And that wasn't really Olin, but that was sort of college, and the fact that Olin encourages you to do things during the summer.
whatever I do, and I'm still not sure yet, is going to be something that I love and something that's going to make me feel like I'm making a difference, and I think that's something that Olin has given me.
I really do enjoy the community here. I think I formed a lot of really close friendships with people that, you know, I may never have met, with so many different kinds of people that I wouldn't expect to have been friends with. And this has really been like a very life-changing experience for me, and I love it.
The experiences that I'll probably have in the next 10 years will probably be some of the things that shape me the most throughout the rest of my life, so I'm looking forward to that and hoping that I'll be able to recognize them and learn from them rather than let them fly past me.
I know what I don't know. I feel more confident in myself.
I feel like this is just like a huge source of different experiences and stuff like that. People come back from different summer jobs and have all these different things they've learned, they share and stuff. And where I'd be otherwise, I don't know. But I'm pretty impressed by the amount of cool stuff that happens here. So I definitely don't regret coming here.
Engineering is a pretty open net, and a lot of things can fall into that. So I think it was a good choice to come here to find what I want to do.
But just seeing that, and after a while realizing, like, that's okay. You don't have to be the best at everything. You have to see what you care about. Actually, that's one of the biggest things I've learned from Oliners, is like, you have to put your energy into what you care about, and other things have to let go. You can't be the best at everything.
I feel like every day I'm just more and more amazed by what people are doing here.
And, you know, that doesn't hit you until senior year. You get 3 years, 3 or 4 years of that experience, and you're a different person because you take this approach of how do I solve this problem to the rest of your life.